Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about three phase some more. We're going to talk about why we even bother, like it seems complicated and single phase seems to work perfectly well. So why would we even bother with three phase at all? And the answer to that is basically efficiency. Okay. If you think about single phase, there's two different kinds of single phase. I can have single phase like two wire, right guys? And I could have single phase, what we call three wire distribution or two wires and a neutral, right guys? And so let's take a look at both of those things here for a second. Imagine my generator is generating, you know, uh, I don't know, single phase, okay? So basically single phase two wire and I want it to drive a load out here, okay guys? And let's just say that this load is 1,000 watts, okay? This is actually the least efficient setup, and it's the reason why we use it for branch circuits, right? Where we're only moving power from basically the breaker. One of these would be the neutral, right guys? And this would be the hot, let's say. And we're trying to move the power from the breaker out to the load, within the home, let's say. Okay, so it uses two wires and it gets me 1,000 watts. A slightly better setup, guys, is what you call three wire distribution, right? Which is two hots and a neutral, right guys? And it looks like this, right? Where this is the neutral. And I've got a load out here and I can have another load out here, okay? And the reason this is better, guys, is because it only uses one more wire. It uses, this is hot, right? It uses three wires, but you can double the amount of power that you're transmitting out to the load with one additional wire, all right? So two wires, 1,000 watts, three wires, 2,000 watts, guys. Well, the three-phase system is the best one of all because look, it uses three wires also. Here's my three lines, right? And let's say I have a load out here and just for fun, we're going to connect it Y for right now. Okay, I know we haven't talked about loads at all, but loads can be three phase and generators can be three phase, right guys? And so this is a three phase load, happens to be connected Y here, and we're going to whip it back here. Okay, so here's my three-phase source. I don't know, it's a generator or whatever, doesn't matter. Could be Y, could be delta, doesn't make any difference, okay guys? But let's say I had this load here, okay, and I had 3,000 watt loads, okay? And now I got 3,000 watts and I'm still using the same amount of wire as I was using with the two-wire distribution or three-wire distribution, okay? So this we use for branch circuits. We're gonna feed a bunch of plugs with this within the house here. This here we use for the entire house, okay, because this is how your panel's being fed, right? It's going to have from the transformer outside to the house, you're going to have two hots and a neutral feeding, all the loads. Some of them will be two wire loads and some of them will be, your washer and dryer. No, sorry, your dryer and your stove are going to be, three wire loads, guys. And three-phase gets used to distribute power from Bruce Nuclear out to, everywhere, right? Really long distance because you get the maximum amount of load for the minimum amount of power. And so if I were going to write some notes about why three-phase, guys, I would probably go less copper, right, than the other two systems, okay guys? And there's some other advantages of multiple voltages, okay, because it gives you a couple of options, configurations. In other words, you've got a couple of choices. You have Y or delta, and those result in multiple voltage options, which is nice. Okay, guys. What else is three-phase good for? Great for long distance, okay? Efficient distribution, over long voltages, okay? Okay, so that's why we have three-phase. That's why it exists. It's also really good for, and we haven't learned about this yet, but it's good for motor loads, okay? And we'll learn about that at the end of the intake because three-phase motors are, the cat's meow. All right, guys. So come back. We'll keep going with three-phase today.